This is an Off the Tongue podcast. Welcome to Skate Mansfield.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Skate Mansfield. I'm BJ Price.
And I'm Adam McElroy.
And you're on episode 2.
Dose.
Number 2.
Or as Harper would say, 2. She's been doing that lately.
She vogues when
she's a
gives the
superstar.
two.
I don't know
That's
where
awesome.
she learned it. It wasn't me.
It's adorable.
It is.
Matters. What's up? We love skateboarding.
Yes.
As we've said, probably on the other episodes. And
I think you get the point because we have a skateboarding podcast.
ooh,
I feel like that's a giveaway. I think that's a
little
given.
bit. Speaking of giveaways,
Oh!
stay tuned to the end.
I did that on purpose, but not really, but I'm going to claim it.
It is. It's
The
going to be
creature deck.
somebody's. We're giving it away today.
I do love the color scheme of that, the green and purple.
Oh,
I
it's sick.
always love those colors. together.
Same. I like in my when I graduated, but I hadn't moved out of my parents' house yet. I moved to my basement and I redid our whole parents' basement just so I could live down there. And I painted the walls purple and black.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow. You were going through a phase.
It was 2003.
Yep, that's what the phase was called, the early aughts, bro.
Mhm.
Welcome
Purple
to the
and black.
show, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. We got a lot of good, awesome feedback, some reception,
Yeah.
everything from everybody in the comments on the Skate Mansfield Facebook group.
Great group. I had so much fun with it.
Yeah, everybody in there is awesome. Keep in mind, too, if you see some skate spots around town, take a picture, take a video, post it in the group, let us
Yes.
all know. I actually have one right down the road. I wasn't able to get a good picture of it, but I'm excited to post it because it's a new build.
Oh, is it?
It was just put
fresh.
in the last like month or two.
Yeah.
It's at a business, so you're gonna have to do the
Be-
skateboard thing
Yep.
and
You have to be you're going to have to be covert.
yes.
Go on a Sunday. That's what we always do.
But it's dope, and that'll probably be posted by the time you guys see that, or see this. But yeah, check that out.
I posted in there where I've always wanted to kind of skate. It's downtown. It's like near the slab. It's in downtown Mansfield, and it's right there where 430 and what is that?
I have no idea.
I put it in.
I don't know roads.
But it's you know where the bridge is, where you come down from where Nichols was, and you're driving like
Under
out,
the bridge?
like where it's 42 because it's like
Like
Ashland
Park
Road.
Ave, Ashland Road.
Yeah, it's like the Ashland Road right there. So you come there and 430 butts into it right there, and it's got
Right.
that weird intersection. You're underneath the bridge at the
Yep.
light. Right there, there's like these nice banks and some
Oh yeah.
everything
Now
up
that you
to
say
those
that,
brick walls.
yep.
But
Yep.
it would just need cleaned up, and it'd be fun to skate.
Yep. Yep.
And I think everybody saw our terrible video of us trying.
Yep. Hey.
It got me motivated to dude, my old
To
bones.
not look like an idiot anymore.
Yep, my old bones hurt, but I did redeem myself. I went to a park and landed some stuff. I need a transition, man. I need a quarter pipe
Yeah.
to do anything.
See, I need a
because, like,
ledge, dude. Ledges are where I thrive.
yeah,
I'm telling you.
I
I can no slide like a bad word. Family friendly, bro.
I'll always. Well, at least here we are.
Yes.
I went to the Shelby Park, and I like going there just for the big half pipe that
The
they have.
legendary Shelby Park.
And it's
What's that? A 10-foot half pipe? 8-foot half pipe?
No, it's bigger.
12?
It's 12. I
It's
think.
massive.
It's a big one,
I
but I
said-
love just pumping that thing.
I was thinking it was smaller because the last time I was there, I was like 12, and I'm
yeah.
like, it probably wasn't as big as I
Big
thought.
as you thought it was. No,
But
it's
it is.
12. I'm pretty sure it's a 12-footer. It's nice, but
But it's
like,
all metal too.
it is all metal.
Uh,
But in all of the siding and stuff is fought, like all the stuff, like because they enclosed it, they built it in,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all falling or like kind of falling apart. I think that's going to be another. We're going to get into that here in a bit too, just
Mm-hmm.
kind of goals and stuff. But this Adam, I called you immediately after. We were texting immediately after, but I was super duper grumpy about some things.
Yes.
And some other skate news definitely happened. So
hold on,
I
hold on.
think
Before we get into that,
All right.
Before we get into that, because I know you're hyped on it,
I am hyped.
we got to at
More
least
angry than
start.
anything.
We got to start on some positive news, because obviously we're a new podcast, but you know what else is new? Did you guys hear a little 3-second thing at the beginning of this video?
Oh yeah.
We are
Forgot
now
about
part
that.
of the Off the Tongue podcast network.
Yes, we are.
We have officially started the biggest network in Ohio of podcasts. That's us, Skate Mansfield, Average AF Podcast, Greener Grass Podcast, and Teach a Dummy Podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
Keep in mind, a couple of those shows aren't so family friendly.
Right.
So keep that in mind. Enter at your own risk.
Yep.
But it is there. We're super happy to have everybody kind of collaborating together under one roof, kind of more or less.
Like when you bring it up and you say it's new, we've been talking about it so much that I'm like, what's new? What could have I forgot? But it's like, it
It's
happened.
live. It's official
it actually
now.
happened. It
so,
is really cool.
I'm very excited for it. So now, just so you guys know, if you want to check out any of that other content, you can search, especially on Spotify. I don't think we're quite on Apple yet. That stuff takes a while in the back end. But on Spotify, you can search Off the Tongue, and all 4 of our shows will pop up. Super dope. Support everybody. Go follow everybody. Again, a couple of them are vastly different. Your show, Teach a Dummy, is censored.
It's censored. It's more like probably it's like maybe teenager.
Yeah, it's like
type.
Movies, music,
we-
kind of culture type thing.
We play games on there. We're just goofballs. We try to learn some stuff, but yeah.
Yep. Greener Grass Podcast is 2 ladies from Columbus. Very hilarious. They do Would You Rather
wonderful.
questions. Crazy one. I mean, I don't even know. Like, do you like this more than this, or would you rather do this? It's a crazy show. Also,
I forget. I was trying to remember what I was just listening to it. I think the newest one was like Mild or Wild or something.
yeah, Mild or Wild.
Is that what it was? Okay,
Yep.
yeah. I think that's
Just different things like that. They debate. They go over pros and cons. Check that out. And
they
then
have extensive lists on either side too, and then at the end they
go in
pick,
depth of which one's better.
which is fun because there's a lot of those things that they bring up. It's like I didn't think about that. It can sway you a bit. So yeah, shout out to them.
They have over 2 years of content as well, so definitely go check them out. And then Average AF Podcast is my other podcast. You're on there pretty much every other week as well. And that one is wild. That one has a
It's not
parental
mild. It's
advisory.
wild.
That one goes off the chain, especially the one that is out now, the one that we recorded yesterday.
Yeah.
Wild, chains out, necklace. I mean, it goes off the rails.
Where we record for that one, it was hot.
Yeah, very. I will say, just so everybody knows, it's very vulgar, very energetic.
Not from this guy.
no.
I'm just a good boy
He's a
over in the
saint.
corner, just
He's
trying
a
to make
saint.
sure that all of their stuff runs properly.
We should have called this the Saint and the Sailor, dude. That'd be dope. That's a good.
I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think that's
so
the name
creative.
of the episode, at least.
The Saint and the Sailor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's us. We weren't exaggerating when we said a hawk versus wolf.
Oh yeah,
type
if you know
vibe.
anything about that and you know the stark contrast between those two, there's a
He's Jason Ellis. You guys know better than that already. But yeah, we had to shout that out.
absolutely.
Very excited to see that. The main thing is the Instagram, guys, at Off the Tongue Network. You'll get pieces from every show, and that's kind of how we're gonna grow as like a business, more or less, as a network on there. So definitely go check that out. Follow everybody individually as well. Links below, fun stuff, whatever.
I'm
Let's
hitting the
get
button.
into skate news.
From around the world, it's the skate news you need to know.
So yeah, dude, I'm already feeling the heat come back.
Fire. Fuego. El Fuego.
So yeah, if you guys have been following, if you haven't, Battle at the Barracks is a big skate competition where it's a game of skate where it's basically like horse if you're playing basketball, but it's skateboarding, and they do flat ground tricks only. They don't do it
Yep.
on any transition or anything like
No
that. It's all
manuals. No
no
Malto manual ish.
And this year it was a huge competition, but got really screwed up by COVID. It's been kind of going on for a long time, but so
Isn't
this
it
is
like 2 years long?
This one was, yeah. It's-
Usually they're like a couple months or something.
right, and they usually don't last super long. But this was also the biggest bracket they ever
Yeah,
had.
this
So
is massive.
this one was called Community. You can see it on if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be on underneath me. But I took a screenshot of the breakdown of what it was, just so we could kind of go through some of this, so we
Yep.
can explain a lot of it. So you got pros, Joes, influencers and icons.
And I think 16 apiece, right, in each category.
Yeah, so they went through
64?
when they built this bracket. They went through like everyone you can think of. So like your influencers are a lot of those guys in that bracket have really like pretty big YouTube or any social media following, and they do a great job. Like I was cheering super hard for Spencer Barton. I just love his content and stuff. I think he's just he's a really good skater, and I just think that his content is just a lot of fun to watch.
I'm just now realizing they put Jamie Griffin and Johnny Geiger together in the first round. Come on, dude, do better than that.
I get
you can't.
And
dude.
they didn't pick him out of a hat. Steve Barra is owner proprietor of the Barracks who puts this on.
Legend.
He's the legend. But I watched all those videos when he made each bracket.
See, I didn't see that part.
And he just went down and put them all in. He was just listing who he thought, and like
that's where you should start. If you're not going to do a hat or whatever, start with the list. But then get a couple people, get Chris Cole in there, get whoever. Well, maybe not Cole.
Cole's over in your pros.
Yeah, did he start or was he a fill-in?
Cole, excuse me, I misspoke. Chris Cole's down on the icons.
Okay.
So your icons, you got the ones that you probably have heard of. You got your P-Rods, you got your Nyjah Houston, Sean Malto, Nick Tucker.
Injured, right, though?
Yeah.
Dang.
He was injured like right at the beginning. In that first round.
I just want to say I don't like the Legion of Doom thing.
Okay, so that's another big thing. One big thing that got me a little spicy about all this too was the fact that they usually always have one of those Legion of Doom things where they have like 4 or 5 skaters go against one person for one of the rounds. I don't know if they're trying to like this thing is like pretty big and official, right?
Right.
There's
That's
trophies,
what I'm saying.
there's all of this.
There's rings this year.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of kind of nonsense and stuff, and the judging drives me bonkers because they get just another skater and then it's a different ref for each match, and a lot of times they're just like, yeah, you're good, and it's like they clearly had a toe drag, they clearly missed the trick, but they're just like, yeah, you're good, woo.
Right, dude. And I'm fast forwarding a little bit, but T-Pud was the ref in the finals.
Yes, he was, but he was he was a lot more.
I hated it. I thought he did terrible.
You thought so? Really?
Because every time anything happened, he was like, what do you guys think?
That was the part that I was going to say. Is that,
are we doing okay? Okay. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude,
you are
watch, pay attention.
It's like you are the law right now. Yeah. But he would like kind of step back and lean into Costin and just kind of like keep looking.
Which I get
him.
because it is like the finals and it's a big deal. But at the same time, like, you're T-Pud, dude.
Yeah.
Either pay attention.
Yes.
Like,
you know if it's good or not. You know if he landed it or not.
Right.
Or if you want to see it again.
Right.
I mean,
and nobody's gonna really question your call.
Oh no.
As long as you saw it
and he was there, and he was in it. So
it almost looked like he wasn't paying attention, and then something happened. He'd be like, wait.
Yeah,
what do I do?
Well, that last round. We'll get to that. It was going quick.
Yeah.
So the thing that got me going real hard on is they told you way ahead of time, right? We're probably right about third round when they started saying, hey, finals night is going to be on the Caffeine app.
Right.
So I went and got the Caffeine app, right? With time change and everything, it didn't start here until like 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
I don't stay up that late. I'm an old fuddy-duddy. I don't care. I had to be up early for work. I wasn't staying up super late. I'm like, whatever. I'll try to put the visors on and not pay attention to anything until I can see the finals matches. So if you look at this bracket, you get to the ones that were on the Caffeine app on that last night. I hate that app. So you got Jamie Griffin, who was in the influencers, versus Paul Rodriguez in the icons. And then you had Seva Krukov in the pros and Tyler Peterson in the Joes. Okay, cool. That's what it was going in.
It's a great final.
Wonderful final. Holy buckets. I was excited for it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I somehow, it was a couple days later, I was waiting for something to come on YouTube and just be like, here's this battle and here's this battle, and just start to put those up. They didn't.
Right.
I don't know if they got paid a bunch of money by Caffeine and said, we're exclusive to this. I tried to go back into my Caffeine app and I could not find a VOD of it, a video of it anywhere in there on their page. It's a hard app to navigate.
Right.
I couldn't just search for it. I was on the Barracks page, but I saw everything but that. I didn't know what was going on. It was
That's
driving me nuts. I was
didn't-
trying to follow the rules and go to that. I just
Yeah.
couldn't stay up that late.
I didn't ever even try to download it. Just I don't know. That's the type of person I am. I'm just not gonna do that. But I saw the video of the last Tyler and Jamie on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I sent it to you because I knew you were
Yep.
frustrated with it, and I was like, "This isn't. It's not. I don't know if you opened
Wasn't-
it or watched it.
I did, and I did watch it because I'm like, I've got to watch.
The
this.
frame rate was off a little bit, which
Sound was off.
yeah, and the sound is like a half second off.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem like much, but when it's
When you can
skating
hear him land
and you
it.
hear ting or whatever,
Yeah.
like it's like oh
Before he lands it, you know he missed or
Right,
landed
or if-
it.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
takes a little bit out of it, but I was just happy to see the end. Which
yeah,
that,
he's in the air and you hear
yeah.
it's like oh well
But that was the thing. Is the first thing I saw was Chris Cole was skating. I saw
Okay.
I saw a quick thing where
Yeah.
like, Chris Cole was one.
I didn't even know that because I didn't even see this
Yeah.
substitution until you
So-
told me.
So P-Rod had gotten COVID and couldn't go to the final.
Oh my god!
So they just pushed Chris Cole into it, which is fine. Which Jamie, took him down. It had changed the narrative so much
yeah.
at
Well,
that point.
In that case, though, I mean, they did the right thing, though.
I mean, what else would you have done?
Yeah, because I'm sure Cole
Bring
was
in the
there.
Legion of Doom.
Yeah, no way.
Sorry, I'm grumpy, man.
yeah,
That caffeine app, man. The freaking the Microsoft Zune of
oh
freaking
man.
apps.
Shout out Zune.
Ugh,
Shout out
dude.
Jerry, who's the only dude with a Zune and swore by it. He got like 3 of them.
Well, and he probably knows how to navigate that caffeine app. I'm sure.
I bet he does. He's a genius.
Golly. But so you had Tyler Peterson, who came out of nowhere, man. And
I know. I was thinking that. I'm like, who is this guy? Like,
He's amazing because he wanted. I
yeah.
think his first. Let me go back. He ends up. Oh, they were trying to find someone for Mike V to skate against, because Mike V was there and Barra was there. He's like, the next person that walks through that door, you have to play him for
right?
your spot. And Tyler Peterson had come in with a broken wrist because
Yeah.
he was there to skate he was filming something, and he ended up that was the first time I saw him. I'm like, man, this guy is really good.
There's no way they were gonna put Mike V in the Joes though.
No, that's the thing. Is this was like peak COVID at that point,
Right.
and it was all over the place. But that was the first time I'd seen him. He's wow.
You
And
can
it-
probably take this off the screen
Oh.
now, by the way.
Oh yeah, but so they get down to the final ones, and it's like I don't know how Seva lost. It was crazy because he's a former winner.
Yeah.
But I mean Tyler and Jamie, it was an amazing final battle.
Yes.
It
Yes.
went so many rounds. If shout out to Dumb Data, if you want to look up Dumb Data on YouTube, I don't think it's family friendly, but I think he says some stuff on there. But he breaks down by percentages every trick that's been in this battle. Like he'll tell you the percentage of doing it. He's like, well, if he misses this trick, that gives him so much percent chance because he's got this lever at this time. It's really, I don't know.
Yeah.
I find it fun.
I've
to
seen him pop
look it
up.
all
I haven't
up.
watched it, but there was one point in that final battle, and I'm pretty sure either Tyler went out of turn or something.
Yeah, they went right behind each other, but Jamie had had to redo the first one, so
Oh yeah, it was
Steve
a,
Barra
it was a
ran
redo,
in. Yeah,
but
it was a redo, but
yeah.
Tyler went and then landed like a hard flip,
something crazy,
fakey
whatever it
hard
was.
flip or something like that.
Now I did like that though because Steve Barra, like Jamie had to go
Yeah,
redo his trick, and then Steve Barra came in and said, "Hey, that
he
still
already
counts."
Yep,
Because he thought we were moving on. He
Yep.
clearly landed it. I liked that decision.
yep.
I think that was the correct decision.
and that was, I mean, there's so much going on in that final, and so many
Right.
people.
Right.
I think there has to be like almost more policing where you're watching and you're
Right.
like you're not going, you're
Right.
going, and just
right.
I hope in the
But
future.
that's I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's why P-Rod was frustrating me. Or not P-Rod, sorry. T-Pod was frustrating me because he wasn't clear that needed to be a repeat,
Right.
which is why Tyler went.
Yeah.
Because T-Pod was like, well, I don't know.
Because he stood there like this for a while.
Yeah.
And then then he blew the whistle.
And
did that.
Tyler's in the
Tyler-
groove, like,
And
all
he
right.
already went again.
Yeah, and like we're he's in a flow because you got to realize when you're going back to back tricks. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a flow. Like you go and then he goes, and then you go, and then it's like everybody rides for 10 feet, does their trick,
Yep.
whatever. You ride for 10
Except for
feet,
Luan,
get your footing.
He goes, 100 feet
Yeah.
and pushes as hard as
Yeah,
he
he
can.
goes as fast and as high as he can. But yeah, there's kind of a rhythm to it, especially when everybody's landing everything.
Yeah.
So for T-Pud to just kind of put a screech in everything multiple times, I'm like, come on, man.
It's-
He's always been one of my favorite skaters. Like
He's
he
wonderful.
was one of the first people I ever gravitated to.
Oh, yeah.
Way back in, I mean, this is what, 2002, 2003 ish,
Yeah.
something like that. And I loved him even back then, and I still do, obviously. But it was just,
His part in Pretty Sweet.
yep,
It's one of the best parts because he skates to the Rolling Stones in that one, and it's
Nice.
It's just a great part.
Right.
Just the way it's shot.
But yeah,
and
it
everything.
just frustrated me. There was,
I'm with you. Shout out to Jamie Griffin, by the way.
yeah,
You're amazing. I loved watching you beginning to
that
end.
is who we both wanted to win as
It's
well.
very much, and his battle with Spencer Barton is still widely renowned as like that was the best
Really,
battle there was, and it was the most. It was controversial there as well because there's nothing in the rules that state you can't repeat a trick, and Spencer was going for a different and ended up landing a nollie. It was a nollie hard flip, and he said no, I didn't. He's like that wasn't the trick I was going for, but he didn't have to do that because there's
so
nothing-
he landed it, but that
but it
wasn't
what
intentional.
it wasn't what he was trying to do.
Oh man,
And
you gotta
so
let that
so he
slide,
did-
dude. Like,
Yeah, I know. He
all
let it-
respect to you, but in a game,
I
mean,
haven't seen any of it. He hasn't come out and said anything about it yet on any of the platforms that I follow him on. So I don't know if anything was said about
respect for the competition. You got to either.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see both ways. It's really cool that he was honest, but it's also like,
it. He still
yeah, dude,
landed
that's what I
something,
wanted.
and it wasn't against the rules. So he still could have even the ref could have stepped in and been like, you still landed a trick.
Right,
He has to do that now.
right.
Because I mean, you could
Huh.
they need to have something
That's
in there
interesting.
because if Jamie comes in and does 5 double heel flips in a row, he'll get you out within the first 5 tricks. you know?
Yeah, because it's like okay, I was going for a 360 shove, but I accidentally did a 540 shove.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be like, oh no, it's
That
cool.
wasn't what I was trying to do. I
Right.
don't. It's not super clear in the rules on that,
Right.
but yeah.
I mean, when it comes to something like this, you could dive into everything, and every scenario is going to come up.
oh yeah,
The fact that hasn't come up in 12 years or
Yeah.
10 years or
12.
what?
No, it's
however,
12.
well, like 14, I guess, with how long it's been. But
yeah.
yeah,
But
wow, it's been. that
it's
long.
something I look forward to every year.
Yes.
So and this one with all the craziness and everything, I didn't like how it ended. I hate the caffeine app. Come at me, bro. I don't care. That was just a horrible experience with that. But
At the same time, I mean, and I would probably agree with you if I downloaded it, but at the same time, with just what I know about like sponsorships and stuff, that little four Final Four thing on the caffeine app, that probably paid for basically the entire contest.
I'm sure. I'm sure it
and
paid
it's-
them bills. But man alive, as a connoisseur of the product, I was just very
Yeah, and I don't know.
disappointed.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to talk to Steve Barra about it because it's like he doesn't come across as the type of guy that will like dive into stuff super deep, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all, but I feel like if Caffeine came to him and said, "Hey, we're going to upload this on, the Final Four on the app and whatever," cool, and they work out the deal and all that. I'm the type of person that's like, well, let me see your platform.
Yeah.
Let me see where we're putting it. Are we doing extra logins? Are we doing this? And like kind of diving in.
Yeah.
And that's just me. That's just a different kind of personality type thing. But I don't even, I would guess that Steve Barra kind of didn't even think of that, because most people, it's like, okay, you have a successful app. You're going to put this on the app. Cool.
Yeah.
And then for it to be like not work or not show up, it's like, it's not really on him, but
I
at
just
the
wanted to
same
watch it,
time,
man.
like,
and I didn't want it ruined. This is like the one thing that
Yeah.
I like guard myself with. That I'm
Right.
like, I don't want to know what happened. Like even when I start the videos, I specifically do my best, or I'll put my hand over my phone to see, like, so I don't see how long the video is.
right.
Because I want to
Yep.
be surprised. I don't want it to be like, oh, this is like a 3-minute video. It's like, well, that. is
Yeah,
gonna
I
end
almost
quick.
did that too. It was in the finals, and they were doing something crazy. It was towards the end, and I was like, I almost checked to see how much time left
I
to
used
be
to
like,
do that.
I wonder if he's gonna land this or not. And I
Yeah.
picked up my remote and was like, nope,
Yeah,
let it ride.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
just feel it
Find
know
out
what's going
live.
on.
But yeah, to your point, like I got on, I think Instagram or maybe Twitter the night of,
Yeah,
and I was like, I hope I don't see it, like whatever. And I opened Twitter, and the first thing says, "Congratulations, Jamie Griffin." I was like, God,
that's just so
I need to come up with
deflating.
I need to come out with my app.
You do.
If anybody knows
thinking
how to
of.
make an app, hit us up in the DMs or in the
he's
email.
got- we
For
need
real,
it,
it's a
especially
good
for this.
It's a good idea. I don't have money, but we can build it together, and I'll give you
49.
15%, 15%, 60%, 25%.
I get something.
Wait,
What's up with
60
this?
cents? Yeah, 20, math. Skateboarders aren't good at math. You heard it here first.
Oh man, so that had me. I've had time to get over it because in the moment I was stomping mad.
In all
and,
fairness, we have been ranting about it for probably about 15 minutes.
we
now.
have, and so sorry about all that. And I don't know if it's going to come out on YouTube, but it's
Right.
anyway. So moving on, Solus I think is gotta be done. I don't think they've been putting out any more videos. It's the Red
Yeah.
Bull thing that Scheckler does at his park, and I did get the final thing that what the rules are. It's got to be a run that is between 45 and 60 seconds, and you have 1 hour.
Right.
And the timer does. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I went into like kind of look at it. So you're at this park. You get 5 to 10 minutes to roll around and look at your what kind of line you want, and then they start the timer, and you have 1 hour to land a 45 to 60 second line, as
Yep.
many tricks as you can. It gets judged, and
Yep.
they don't tell you like they don't tell the people who are in it, like who else is in it, so they don't know who
Yep.
they're skating against.
You don't know what they did.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no music.
Yeah.
You are skating by yourself
With
as well.
tons of cameras in there, man.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
bonkers.
I don't even know. I'd be curious to look back, or if you remember, I don't even think they were allowed to have headphones because I don't think anybody even had headphones.
Nobody had them in, but I don't know if they were allowed or not. They didn't say that.
'Cause I know
because
Jagger-
they're all mic'd up.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody
that.
had a mic on.
Well, I know you can't, and this is just from doing podcasting and things like that. I know they couldn't play the music out loud because then you're gonna get
Yeah,
hit
you're
with
gonna hit with
copyright
stuff. Yeah,
So they couldn't do that. But I don't even think anybody had headphones in.
I don't think they did. I just wanted to share kind of who I thought was the best. My favorite. So there's tons of people in it. I don't know who this kid is, but this Eli Williams, man, I was just floored with how good this kid's run was. And it's not even the fact that his run was amazing, because it was. He did some
Go full speed,
pretty
bro.
crazy stuff. Sorry, I'm not used to doing this. Give
No,
me a
you're good.
second.
See, I had to do it last week all left-handed
Yeah,
too. and I'm
we're
like,
kind of
"Ah!"
figuring things out here, but
We're on episode
he-
2. Give us a break. We're also
fine,
giving
okay?
you stuff.
So I
Love
want to
you.
look this kid up. So this kid is skating so hard the entire time, just going crazy on everything. He's also a
Oh,
goofy
nice.
skater, so I love him. And dude is just going crazy on everything, right? Gets to the end of the hour, and he's just pouring sweat when he falls, and
Yeah.
it's just big streak of sweat. The dude does the whole thing, never takes the beanie off.
Nice.
I couldn't do
Dude,
that.
I don't get
I
that.
can't
There's-
skate with a hat, man.
I was actually this is in a similar vein. I watch a lot of MMA, right?
Yeah.
Watch a lot of MMA interviews, whatever. There's these two guys, Submission Radio, shout out to them. They're in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Australia is hot.
It's always hot.
And they both always, one dude always wears like a puffy winter jacket, and the other dude
What are they
always
doing?
wears a hoodie and a beanie. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That's the trick that just sold me on this kid too, when he does this wall bonk.
That's creative.
Isn't that insane?
I love that.
I love watching how all these people through. I say go back and watch all these guys. There are some that are duds to me that I'm like, I didn't
Yeah.
even finish it because I'm like, this is just no thank you.
Yeah.
Like Jake Ilardi's was amazing. Deshaun's was amazing.
Yeah.
Scheckler's was awesome. It's his
Didn't,
park. I mean,
Who was it? Deshaun? No, he landed a run.
Yeah, he
Somebody,
did. There was somebody who didn't. I think
There
it was
was-
Jake Wooten didn't land his last trick.
maybe that's what it was. There was somebody
Look at that
Who was
friggin'
like,
frontside flip disaster.
a great, like very well known skater, and they couldn't land a run, and I was like, man, that's.
Yeah, that's got to feel awful.
Also,
I don't know who that guy is.
I didn't like the guy.
I didn't.
He's all right. Nothing
Yeah, yeah.
against him.
It, just,
But dude, like, I don't know.
it was something weird with the vibe. I'm with you. I know exactly
Yeah,
what
I
you're
just
talking
didn't
about.
like him being like, oh yeah, you know,
Yeah.
and stuff. And I'm like, man, like, I get you're hyping him up, but like,
I
when
also-
it's one person, it almost seems weird.
Yeah, and it's the other thing was I did like that he was there to say, "Hey, right there, you were at 22 seconds."
Yeah, that's definitely good.
where you
Yep.
came. Like that. I loved all that because I liked seeing that and seeing where they were.
Right.
And he's like, where they, and I love watching skaters think, man.
Right.
When they're like, okay, that's that. It's like, well, I can go over here. I can do this.
And I'm sure
do
he's a legendary filmer because everybody seemed to know him and get
Right.
along with it. And
Yeah.
again, the guy's doing what he thinks he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything wrong. He's hyping you up, which is great. I was just like, man, like,
Switch frontside flip, dude.
I don't know why I was just getting kind of too much of him.
Look
Almost.
at that beanie. That beanie's like covering his eyes, and he's tearing it up.
And it's in
Never
a
takes it
heat
off.
wave. They said
Yeah.
that at the beginning of one
Yeah.
of them. They're like, this is like the biggest heat wave of the year or
Yeah.
something. No AC,
Dude's got
which is
pants on.
crazy.
Skating in chucks, the
dude.
pants. But he's got the white shirt on, so okay,
Yeah.
maybe he's a little cool there. But geez, he's got long hair in a beanie,
Well,
and
white-
he's just tearing it up.
White versus black shirts aren't relevant unless you're in the sun, bro. So,
I don't know why I think that it is.
but I yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, the contest is awesome. I'm a
love
big
watching.
fan of Sheckler in general.
Oh yeah,
I
I didn't bring my shoes down. Should have brought my
Oh,
shoes
damn.
down. We'll have to do it on the next episode where I got a new pair of shoes. I'm so excited.
Yeah, but yeah, the contest was great.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did it a second year as well.
Oh yeah.
And it seemed like this year they had a lot more contestants,
Way more.
like
Way
double or
more.
something.
And a lot of people that I'd never heard of. Like I went back and I watched like his the Doomsayers or whatever's on the
Yeah.
back of his shirt. I went and watched it. That's from one of his video
Wow,
parts.
nice.
Gosh, that boneless is so huge. But I went and watched his part, like several of his parts, and I'm like, man, how did I miss this guy?
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing.
Yeah, I think I've seen him in like what are those? I don't even remember what they're called now. They're I'm pretty sure they're with Thrasher. The big competitions where they do like crazy, like jump.
Like Buster Bale, or
Maybe that's what it was.
the Halloween one where they go.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
know what I
even
mean?
know.
But yeah, that guy's definitely my pick. There's a lot of good runs in that, but
Yeah.
that was that guy's.
sure.
I was just so like glued to it. I think I've watched it a couple times now, where I was just like
Yep.
super. I also had. I was given like little awards in my head, and I think Jake Wooten's run, he had the best attitude the whole time.
Yeah.
Like anytime he went down, he just giggled. And I'm like, wow, he ate it pretty
See-
hard, and he's just like laughing.
And that's kind of okay. So Jagger Eaton did a run
Oh, yeah.
this year too.
He did.
I love Jagger. I used to not like
he's the one
him.
we need to look and see. He always has headphones in.
Well, he didn't because
He didn't. Okay.
Yeah, because he made a point. He's like, no music,
Oh.
and they were like, no, and he's like, that's all right. I like to ride with no music sometimes because
Okay.
it just like helps me with the feel of it.
Dude,
Um,
every competition he's in, he's got them.
I
in, and
love
he's-
him.
and
Yeah,
he's,
like,
he's grooving.
I
too.
didn't like him at first because he came from Big Air, which nothing against Big Air. I like Big Air. I like watching it. But then he came over to Park.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I can see the relevance there. Okay. And then he started coming over to street
Street.
competitions and stuff. And I was like, dude, get out of here. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is
He's
way
doing
different.
Bigger flip 270.
Yeah. And then he's like busting
switchboards.
out Nyjah stuff. And I'm like, all right, man, you can stay. You can stay. But I like him. And it's interesting to me because he's very passionate, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
He took a couple big slams in his soulless run.
Yeah.
And he was like, kind of screaming, getting the frustrations out. And I didn't mind that at all. But for some reason, Alex Midler,
Yeah.
he didn't have a run in this.
I love Alex Midler.
But I love his skating. But for some reason, I have like a mental block where I don't think I like him as a person. and it's because of his like temper tantrums, where he gets like upset at stuff. But I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
but I didn't mind it for Jagger.
Right.
And Alex is obviously a great skater, phenomenally talented. But yeah, I don't know why. I noticed that in Jagger's run.
That's interesting.
He was getting upset, and I'm like, I could see that. Or I was kind of be like, yeah, that sucks. But then when I watch Alex Midler, I'm like, dude, shut up. And I'm like, why am I like this, man? Why am I like this?
I also had like for Deshaun, I had him as like a crazy award. Just him just getting up that hubba, that super steep hubba where he just and he landed.
And
that,
he did it
I'd
like
say
every time.
Every time he was going.
I think he missed it the first time because it needed waxed a little more, and then after that, I'm pretty sure he hit it every single time.
Yeah, it was
pretty sure.
It was wonderful.
Yeah,
I love watching him skate.
Crazy.
And then the last one was Casey Wolf. I think that one just came out. Her run, I think I could duplicate it.
See, I don't know if it was her. There was another lady that did it. I forget her name. But yeah, that's how I felt about her run. I don't think I've seen Casey's though.
I liked hers, the way that she was skating, like kind of the transition part of that. I'm like, I think I could do that. I could probably duplicate this run. Like when you look at that stuff, you're like, can I do that? And like hers, I'm like, I'm pretty sure if I had an hour, I might be able to duplicate what she was doing.
Right.
Because she wasn't doing any like huge flips down the double set or anything, and I know I can't do that.
Right.
So, but some of the stuff that she was doing, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could do that.
It's definitely a good competition. I like it. I love the fact that you don't know who's even in it. You don't even know.
You don't, because you don't know until it drops on YouTube. And you're like, oh man, they had a run, and then
and by then, I'm pretty sure the person probably already knows who.
Oh yeah,
won.
they had to have filmed that a while. I'd like to know a little bit more, like about the statistics and that. Like, when was it filmed? When I hope that, like, I missed the last one where they announced who it was. I have to go back.
Oh, dude, I watched it. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Last year was is it Taylor Kirby or Kirby Taylor?
I think it's one of those.
Taylor
Kirby, I think.
I don't know. He had a sick run.
Yeah.
And then
I just recently watched where he came into there and
they gave him the check or whatever. And he's like, "What?" He's like, "No, this isn't real."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "I got to see Deshaun's run before I believe you."
Yeah.
And Shaq's like,
he tried to leave when they gave him the check.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I don't believe you.
Right. And
really
Shaq's
funny.
like, you can see it, but this is yours. And
Yeah.
he's like, no. And he's like, I don't ever do contests. And he's like, can I beat these guys?
Yeah.
It was cool. It was really cool to see.
Yeah. But that's I love watching those and skate leagues coming up. So
Street League.
Street League.
I think next weekend, right?
Yep. That's next weekend.
Speaking
of Jacksonville.
Did you see the video I sent to you on Instagram? I think last night.
Yep, I watched it.
Aurelian?
I think 100 times.
Aurelian did a hard flip, late flip, a hard flip, late flip, front board.
No, I thought it was a 50-50.
No, it was a front board.
Was it?
Yeah,
I saw it then. Hang on, I'm.
Yeah, I don't know if I sent it off the personal or the podcast. Let me see.
I don't know how to navigate it. We'll put it in. Adam, editing Adam, put it in right here.
See, that doesn't work. You're going to have to text it to me.
I will.
Because when I re-edit stuff, I don't watch the whole episode, so I miss stuff sometimes.
No, you're fine.
Put it on the list, though. Enter Aurelian. Real quick.
I got to reach it.
Or just do an A. I'll know what it means. That's perfect. That was fire.
The other thing... That was amazing. And I've got a couple other things I saw on Instagram that I want to show on the backside. But before that, I want to kind of shout out a Skate Mansfield update.
I feel like we should have a bumper for this, for like a local news type thing.
Yeah,
or some local updates.
Yeah, I'm gonna
like
have
that.
like.
It's coming, guys.
The one thing that I thought I don't know if anybody would really remember this, but do you remember The Simpsons? Okay,
probably not.
Okay, there's one where. I think they were giving away an elephant from the radio that Bart won.
Okay.
And he sat it. He like came in there. He's like, "Gentlemen, I am not leaving without my elephant." And they throw him out. And then he just hear in the back, "Where's my elephant?"
That's awesome.
I was gonna have it cut, just like have him say, "Where's my?" And then like me coming to a skate park.
There you go. That's awesome.
I'll see if I can make it work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we can make that work. We can definitely make that work. Yeah.
So But yeah, so I want to give you a little update on. So my goal with this podcast and with everything that I'm doing with the skate group, with the classes I'm teaching, all of that. The first thing that we're trying to do, besides bring awareness to skateboarding in Mansfield and make it a bigger, all-encompassing community, is the first thing I'm trying to do is fix the Lexington skate park.
Yes.
So I just want to give you, I'll get every episode. I'll give you updates on kind of where we're going, because it'll be Lexington Park. Then we'll take everything we've learned from that, fixing that and doing all that. We'll take all that information and all the friends we've made along the way to get the Mansfield Park done. And if I can get permission, shout out to Ori, if I can get permission, I can show you what we came up with for Mansfield.
Like a blueprint.
We had a blueprint, and Spawn Ranch, who was going to build it, saw our blueprint and said, yeah, we can do that. And then it all kind of fell down. I'll tell the whole story one day. We'll have to have Ori on to help tell that story. So that'll be part of it. One day, I mean, if anything, I might get my own indoor park somehow, some way.
Yep.
I don't know, but I would like to do that with a shop in it or something. That's kind of where I was going with a lot of that.
Now, real quick, too, I was actually just told, I think yesterday, my brother lives in Columbus or Alum Creek, whatever, basically Columbus. And apparently one of his close friends owns a skate shop down there.
Nice.
So my mom didn't get any info or anything like that, so I'm not sure too much, but we might have some type of contact there that
That's sick.
we can either potentially they can help us with sponsors, or we can sponsor, we can collaborate, whatever it is. But yeah, we're looking for all that kind of stuff. Anybody willing to help in any way, basically, whether that's come on the show, share a story,
Send in videos of a story. We'll play it on here.
Yeah, videos.
Emails, anything you do, you want it presented on the show, send it to us to our email at skatemansfield@gmail.com. We'll put you on the show. We'll talk about your stuff. If you send us just a clip in Skate Mansfield, we'll put it up in here too.
Yeah,
you got to give us kind of permission just so we don't.
Yeah, we'll do all that. Yeah, and send us questions, send us this or that. You could do like we did yesterday on the other show, overrated, underrated, certain things. Send us whatever you want, videos, emails. Like he said, skatemansfield@gmail.com.
Yep.
But we're here for you guys. So if you have a local spot you want to shout out, as far as a place to skate, put it on the Skate Mansfield group, send it to us, whatever. If you have a business that can help out in any way, or a sponsor, or anything at all, just let us know, and we'll do it.
That's right.
Because we're here for you.
Let's get the update that I have. Actually, I have an update this time, so I'm going to do this on every episode going forward to give you an update of kind of what I've done, and more so to keep me motivated to keep going, and just kind of keep me under that microscope to be like, hey, did you do anything?
Right.
So I mean, some
weeks there's probably not going to be much.
There's probably not going to be much, but I'll tell you how many times I thought about it, and what dreams I had, and
what emails were sent.
Yeah, exactly. So this week, actually, you all right?
Yeah, that hurt. My heels are made of wood, though, because of skateboarding.
Nice.
Mahogany.
So for step one, fix the Lex Park, right? So here's the idea we had is the ramps at the Lex Park on pavement sinking. All the pavement's cracked. It's terrible to ride, but kids are still trying to ride there. It needs to be better. We have to do this cautiously and cost effectively.
Yes.
The idea to make this better, we're not going to put in a concrete park. We're not doing anything crazy. We just need it to be usable. So kind of what I'd come up with was we're going to take down the fence that goes all the way around it. We're going to take out the pavement and everything. We're going to move all the ramps off, take out the pavement and everything. Any of the ramps that need fixed or anything, we're going to fix them. And then we're going to get rid of all the pavement, and we're going to put concrete in. So this week, I got, shout outs Ron Biddle. He helped me out through, I work at Crossroads Community Church. I got to have lunch with Ron Biddle, and he's like, hey, I got a couple guys that I think would help you because they're local as well, and I think they would be interested. I summoned all my courage, and
that's a hard thing to ask.
And because you're asking a lot of somebody who owns a business, so
and somebody you don't know.
Exactly, I've never met or anything.
Right.
And I was sweating on the phone. I was
Oh, I bet.
sweating.
Oh, that's an email for me.
Oh no, I'm like,
But,
if I don't make the call, it's not as personal. And so
Yeah.
the first one I called, I'm like, I hope this just goes to voicemail, so I could, because in my head I'm like,
That's
I
so
can
much
just,
better.
I can rattle this off. They can make the decision in their minds and hearts, and if they want to call me back, I'm
Right.
here for you.
But these businessmen, I'm sure, picked up.
Yeah, well, one didn't.
Okay.
The first one didn't. The one that I needed to help me demolish and remove everything.
Right.
He didn't. I left him a message. And the second guy for the concrete did answer.
That's the
And it-
expensive guy.
Yeah. And I'm sweating. I'm like, yeah, my name's BJ Price. And
I'm not 12, but I sound like it.
So I just kind of explained what was going on. I'm like, hey, I brought this to Ron Biddle, and he thought that you might be a person to talk to at least help me with this or lead me in the right direction.
Or a quote or something.
Yeah, something. So he sat there on the phone with me and took the time. He
Okay.
really did. I kind of explained to him my goal and like what my dream was and everything for this. So he did. We
There's a number.
guys, we got some work to do.
There's a number.
There's some work to do. So
It's a number. We'll say that.
the skate park itself right now, there's a lot of area that's not being used. So I figured
Right.
to cut costs and stuff, we can make it a little bit smaller. So I went out there and I measured it off and everything. So we're looking at 145 feet by 129 feet would be what the slab
big.
is what we need
That's big.
for this to go on. He asked me, he's like, well, are there going to be cars or anything? I'm like, no, this is just skate ramps and people.
Right.
And he's like, okay, cool. He's like, I think 4 inches thick would be fine for that, that. And he did
Right.
some calculations
There's
for
no
me. And
2 tons
So we're-
riding on it or anything.
right.
There's-
No, nothing like that. So we're at about 240 yards of concrete. And yeah, so he
There's
said,
a number.
there's a number. It's a lot. And so, but yeah, 240 yards. But it sounds like I explained to him what I wanted to do. And he's like, yeah, okay, I see that. And I just told him, like, I don't know what you can do to help or anything like that. He's like, okay, so when it comes to time, once you have your plan and you're ready, because what Ron Biddle told me is like, you need to have a plan. And then he also knows the mayor of Lexington. He's like, as soon as you and he's like, I'll go with you to meet with these guys because I've known them forever and everything. I'm like, thank you.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Thank you.
game changer.
So he also he's just like, once we have our plan together, like you and I will go to the Lexington mayor, and then we can go from there and figure out
Right.
what we have to do. So, right, that's the update I have. I mean, it's better than nothing.
And really, though, to be honest with you, though, the big thing with this, and we've stressed this on the last episode too, is this is obviously all about the community. That's why
Yes.
we're doing this and all this kind of stuff. But what is going to help us kind of sell this or whatever to the mayor to get him on board, or her, I guess. I don't
Him.
know. But okay.
You're good.
Get him on board and like other people to potentially sponsor it or whatever, is we need the community, right? We need
Yeah.
to show, okay, we have this many people, on the platform willing to do this or going to be there every day.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to, like, one thing I'm trying to sell to the people who are gonna help, like the ones making this happen, the concrete guy and the guy who's gonna demolish. We need volunteers.
Yes.
I have to be able to tell them we'll have 25 strong here
Right.
to help on
Right.
whatever day we decide to do this or
Right.
or whatever.
And we can make like the Facebook events and everything
Yep.
like that to even show that, okay, we got 40 people committed to helping out. And it's really, I mean, even kids, right? We want
yeah.
everybody there. I mean,
'Cause
the
the
kids
more
can help
hands
pick
that are
up
in
a
it,
little bit.
Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter, is because once they're involved, they'll protect it.
Right.
You see
And
somebody
they'll come
spraying
back. Yeah.
graffiti on the park
Yeah.
that I worked.
Right.
If a kid was there and helped move that and they worked hard and they're sweating, you're going to spray paint my,
Right, right.
there's ownership there once
There's
you're involved.
pride. Yeah.
Yeah. So the things that I'm hearing when I'm trying to explain this to like some other fellow skaters and stuff, they're saying it's like, well, why don't we just put a concrete park in? It's like, it's not that. We
Right.
can't.
Right.
There's
We do
nothing
not
there.
have that budget.
We have baby steps is all we
Yes.
have. And here's the thing is, if we as a community, as the Skate Mansfield community, if we can get this done in Lexington, all we have to do is go to Mansfield and say,
Look what we did.
look what we did.
Yep.
And
And it's a good place to start too, because there is already the foundation there.
yeah, oh yeah.
It's obviously not an easy fix.
That was
but
another
it's,
thing I asked him was, I'm like, well, when we remove the pavement, do we have to redo the
Right.
base or anything like that? He said, no, it should be fine.
Right.
So
So yeah, but we need you guys. We need people to join the group. We need people to spread the word. Comment below if you're willing to help and everything like that, or if you say, hey, my whole family is into skating. I got 4 people willing to come or whatever. Me and the homies will come out, whatever it is.
Yep.
Let us know below. Obviously,
just hands. That stuff's heavy, and we're gonna have to move it and kind of get it out of the divots it sunk into.
Right.
We'll need help.
And obviously, this is a big process. I don't foresee it getting done this year. I wouldn't assume.
I don't know. I don't know how once the ball starts rolling. I don't know. We're gonna at least have a plan this year. I know that for certain, and it also has to coincide with the people who are going to be doing the work. It's got to be in their schedule, and we got to make sure. I already asked about, hey, what kind of shortages do we have on concrete right now? There's a lot of questions like that I was asking. Like, I'm worried, like if we get the go ahead from the city or from the village that they're okay with it, can we just get the concrete, or do we have to wait, or this? So it seems like I
there's a lot of moving parts.
There is, and I'm working at it. I really am, guys, and I just need some support. I mean, we're not going big. That's the one thing I have to stress is that we're not building a bowl. We're not doing all this stuff.
We'll try. The aim is to try to go bigger for Mansfield.
Yeah,
but we got to get Lexington done first.
Yep. So that's kind of my update. So
yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be more in the future, but that's what I got right now.
I like it. But yeah, guys, please invite everybody. I mean, tag everybody, every skater. Share this episode on Facebook, on Twitter. Tag your favorite skater. Tag anybody we talked about.
Please do.
Preferably not ones that we talked about things about, but you can if you want. Because we're just honest.
Listen,
we're not
Tory
here
Putt,
to.
we love you.
Oh, T-Pud's the goat, or a goat.
His switchback tails and stuff are
legendary.
So we didn't like the way you refed. And that's okay.
Sorry, bro.
It's just
he probably didn't either.
Yeah,
if he's real with himself. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. This is all for you. And then we got one more thing that is also.
Well, we got that, but we got to before we get to that.
Okay.
I got a couple things on the backside we got to look at.
Okay.
Backside. Do backside.
It's the backside.
So I just had first of all, before we get into the videos, I just wanted to ask you one question because I think about this all the time. What team right now today, if you were good enough, what team would you want to ride for?
Like what company?
Yeah. Team, company, whatever.
Man.
All right, you think about it. I'll tell you, hands down, 100%. I want to ride for the Welcome team.
Who's that?
Welcome Skateboards.
Yeah.
So a lot of their stuff is a lot of like it's super creative. Like before them, I would have loved to ride for Almost just because I love the big part of skateboarding to me is creativity and the way that like you can look at this obstacle and somebody's like, yeah, you can board slide that, you can 50-50 is like, can I put a trash can down and run into it really hard and roll over it and then land in the 50-50?
Yeah.
And then I love just weird creativeness. And the Welcome team is a super good team. A lot of transition base where they'll, like when they were at the barracks, they got the 17 stair with the hubba.
Right.
They were coming out of a quarter that was probably 8 to 12 feet away from it, up and hitting the hubba. I love that. I love when somebody can see just the hubba and not be like, we could do something else with this.
I would probably who's Jamie Foy ride for? Deathwish. So that would be up there.
Needs on that team too.
See, before when I was skating back in the day, I was a big Baker guy and a big Toy Machine guy.
Baker was like the angry team when I was young. I wasn't a big fan of it.
I mean, not
bad. It just wasn't me.
Flip was good too. I wouldn't want to get on their team just because they're too wild for me. But those were the ones I liked. Right now, I would probably either go Deathwish, or April.
Because
Shane O'Neill. Uto's on April as well.
Yeah, he got him.
And then
what's that little girl's name again? She's on April now.
Yep. I don't remember.
I think
she's like
11.
9 or 10.
I think she's like 11 now.
And then the last one, Just because of legendary status, because of Chris Cole, because of Jamie Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Zero. Yep.
Love it. I ride a Zero board right now. I love it.
Dying to Live was the first
Great.
skate video I ever purchased, and I still think one of the best skate videos of all time.
Dude, leap of faith.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Jamie Thomas is
Jamie
the man.
Thomas, he's a man.
But yeah, I would, if I had to pick from those three, I'd probably go Death Wish, just because I like the vibe of those skaters. I think we would get along. And I don't think I would ever be good enough to be on April or Zero.
No.
with Chris Cole, Jamie Thomas,
You couldn't be
or
Flo.
Shane O'Neill or Yuto. I'm sorry, I probably can't live
Yeah.
up
I just
to those
want to be there.
expectations.
Just I want to be on that trip,
Yeah.
watching them just tear
Yeah.
spots up.
Right, for sure.
What team
Let
would
us
you be
know.
on? Let
Yeah.
us know. Hit us up in the comments or hit us up at skatemansfield@gmail.com. What skate team would you want to be on and why?
Yep.
I'm curious.
Let us know.
All right, so I got a couple videos here that I want to share. Alrighty, let's go to this first one. I've seen this one from a long time ago, but I absolutely love this video.
I do love cop skating.
I know, and this dude,
Then he hit it.
He gets it. Watch, it's a big flip.
Fakey bigger flip.
Yeah, that was sick, dude.
Yeah.
I love that kid hits the heel flip right after. Was it? I can't remember if it was a heel flip, but yeah, dude.
Dang.
Yeah, it was a heel flip. But yeah, dude hits it with, look at, he's got
awesome.
everything on.
Body armor.
Dude, he's got it all
Gun,
on.
taser,
taser's
boots.
there, and just like it's nothing.
Yep.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
That one's awesome. Let's see. I had a couple on here. Hang on. All right. This one. Oh my goodness. What?
I feel like I've seen this
Explain to me
one.
what's going on here.
Okay. Oh, I don't
is he
like it
doing?
already. So what's that? A back foot?
But what?
Wait. He did
180s too.
Yeah. So it's like a boneless impossible. Is that what it is?
No, well, he's not touching the board with his hand, so it's a no comply.
No comply impossible.
No comply. Well, you're an impossible still with your back foot, but he's rolling it over his back foot and doing a 180 with it.
Yeah, so it's a 180
You have
no
to watch the
comply
video because
impossible.
look at the way his back foot is positioned when he does it, and he's got the chain wallet, which I love.
Oh, chain wallets. Shout out Average AF. We went on a rant about that. Yeah, I would
That
say
one's crazy, ain't
a
it?
180 no comply
Yeah,
impossible.
yeah,
That's crazy.
that's nuts.
Wild.
This last one, I do not have the coordination this guy has, but I like it.
Ooh. I like it. I
He's
like
a
it.
goofy rider too, but he's juggling a soccer ball, pushing down the street.
I'm saying he's a regular rider, but pushing Mongo, bro.
Okay,
Calling it.
that could be.
Which I guess is
could
way
see that.
worse. I'd rather you be goofy than push Mongo. Don't push Mongo, guys. Please.
If you are
This is
pushing
supposed to
Mongo,
be-
we can teach you how to not push
This
Mongo.
is supposed to be an educational show, and we haven't gotten to much education. So if there's one thing that you pull out of today's episode, don't push Mongo.
Don't push Mongo.
All right.
All right, so that leaves us with one last thing.
One last thing for the people.
Oh, here it is.
All right.
Airborne.
Did you bring them down? Did you bring everything down? Okay, because I didn't notice that you did until just now.
Got all the names. Everybody who commented on
Commented and
episode
subscribed,
1,
yep.
commented and subscribed on video 1. Put all their names on a little piece of paper here.
Yep. I think
mix
there's
them up
10
real good.
entries.
Yep, and we're gonna have Adam pick one out, and if you win, you're gonna get some stickers and a deck.
Yep. We can throw in Average AF stickers as well.
I got some Teach a Dummy
Teach a
stickers.
Dummy stickers if you want.
Basement and
Yeah.
I got some skateboarding stickers upstairs. I'll throw
Yeah,
in
we
too.
can throw in whatever you want.
All right, let me get them good and mixed up. All right, don't look. Here's moment of truth, people.
Oh, that means I got to read out loud.
That's why I'm having you do it.
What? You know I can't
We
read,
got the
dude.
winner. Who
The
is it?
winner is
Dun, 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 dun.
Jay Manning.
Jay Manning.
Shout out to Jay Manning.
Jay Manning, you won this creature deck.
If I remember
Bruh.
correctly, he was talking about putting it up in his studio. That could have been a different comment. I'm not sure. I apologize if
Yeah, we just read through all the comments again.
we got
We'll
them
probably
wrong.
get
But
all.
yeah, shout out to everybody.
Yeah, everybody who commented.
For commenting, subscribing. Like we said, we're probably going to do these, I don't want to say regularly, but relatively often.
Oh yeah, we'll have
Some type of giveaway or something like that.
I have I have skate stuff that I've been buying with the GoFundMe money that to be
Yep.
able to get things out there for people, and that's going to help with this. And I have a lot of boards that people have just had, and they just like, oh, I don't need this anymore.
Right.
I'm not going to do anything with these, and they gave them to me. So we'll have more to give away. So
Yes.
don't stop the commenting. Don't stop the subscribing.
Okay, Baker.
I was about to Baker that one. Oh my.
If you know, you know. But yeah, shout out to everybody. We appreciate you guys. Again, this whole podcast is obviously to entertain you, obviously to teach you something,
Yeah.
to talk about skating, to have kind of an outlet, but it's, as BJ said, it's much bigger than that. So
Yes.
make sure you guys are sharing, even talking about it at the skate park. Let them know we're out there. Really even promote, I would argue, correct me if I'm wrong, I would argue to promote the Facebook group over the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, we're here again.
Where everything's gonna, that's how everything gonna get done.
Yeah, this is where the updates are going to be and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But that's where we build a community, is on that Facebook group, and that's again what this is, what we are here for. So
Absolutely. And I don't have a drop for this yet, but I'm gonna make one too. We're gonna do some skate park shout outs as
yes,
well. So I was at the Shelby Park skating around, and I got to meet Jesse and Gabe. Shout out to Jesse and Gabe.
Yep.
Jesse, dad with his son Gabe, who wanted to learn to skate. So
that's awesome.
He took him out there,
Shout
and
out
they
to
were
them.
both trying. He's trying to relearn to skate, and his son's trying to learn to skate.
Yep.
And I almost had him ollie in before we left. So
There you go.
It was a good time. Shout out to Jesse and Gabe. I told you about this. I hope you're listening, and I hope I got you right there.
I am going to say something real quick too.
Sure.
And again, I could be overstepping, but I don't think I am. If you guys want to learn how to skate, hit us up.
Oh yeah,
We will collectively teach you how to ollie.
absolutely.
That would be cool. If you want to email us,
Yep, hit us
let's
up.
set up a time.
Mhm.
We'll meet you. I may or may not have my daughter with me, but that's gonna be fun, and there's gonna be cuteness everywhere. So, but we will come out or meet you somewhere and teach you how to skate, the basics.
We also I have a kid from my group. He got it was just his birthday.
Nice.
Shout out to Micah. Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday.
He got his board, and his mom asked me, he's like, hey, can you show him how to put it together? I said, absolutely. So
Yep.
we're setting that up. If you're going to get a board, I won't put it together, but I will sit there and I will tell you how to do it, because even when you screw up your grip tape and stuff, you learn.
Yeah.
So you gotta do it. I'll be there to help and
Yep.
everything, but we'll get everything set up for you. We can set up a time to do that.
Yep.
It's very inviting. When I'm working at church, I usually have some downtime that if anybody wants to
Yep.
come and, hey, I've got this since it's summer. I got this time. It's like, yep, come over to the church. We'll
Yep.
just ollie around out back here. I'll
There you
teach
go.
you. So we'll be able to do that. One more shout out. I was at the Lexington Park the other night, and I met a guy by the name, I want to remember his name is Dylan. I hope it is. He was a BMX rider. He did a sick table over the little hip where the quarter pipes are.
tabletop?
Yep.
Nice.
And he tabled over that. It was cool. He's doing some dirt tracks there in Lexington.
Okay.
He's home from Arizona for a little while, so I hope he sees it. Shout out to him. And we
Shout
skated
out.
with another dude there, Owen. Shout out, Owen.
Shout out to Owen.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. But yeah, we're building the community, guys. That's what we're here for. If you guys have any feedback, anything you want us to cover,
Yep.
we're going to cover how to build the board, how to do all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Eventually, it's just
Sorry, I had to
these
talk
last
about
couple
Battle at the
weeks.
Barracks.
Yeah,
I had
there's
to.
been a lot of news. Like you said, Street League's coming out, so there's going to be
Oh yeah.
news pretty much on every episode, but we are going to bring that educational part in as well.
Absolutely.
But thank you guys. Like, subscribe, share, tag everybody, send it to everybody. Whatever you got to do, we're here for you. That rhymed. Bars. One last thing to tell the people to do.
Go skate.
Do it.
Do it.